Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is the Raging Cajun. Got another video for everybody. Today we're going to be replacing the airlines on the semi because they got some frayed marks in them and they're kind of damaged. So whenever your airlines start to get thin, it's a good idea to go ahead and replace them. There's some bad rub marks on these, so we're just going to go ahead and replace them. But before you start anything, it is a good idea to put some PB Blast on all the connecting parts to help make the process a little bit easier to get the airlines off the main parts, to break them apart. So we're going to get the camera spinned around. I'm going to pause it right quick, get it spinned around and get it repositioned. And then, yeah, we'll get to work and show you how it's done. Be right back with you. Alrighty, welcome back, everybody. So, as y'all can see, I'm going to go ahead and spray some more of this PB Blast on these two connecting parts right here. Already sprayed a little bit on it. But I'm gonna spray some more. And while I'm at it, get that wrench back off there. I'm gonna spray some on here too, on this little part right here, so I can get the glad hand protection off of the lines. Spray a little bit on there, a little bit on there. The same, repeat the process for this part. Let that sit for a few minutes. Let it get in there good and good. You know? What you'll possibly need for this is a good adjustable wrench, maybe a 1-inch combination wrench. You can use a set of locking pliers, which I may do for these two parts, or I may not. But the easiest line to get off is your electrical line. Just pull that little tab up and and yank it out. Electrical line is out. No more electrical line until I put the new ones on it, which I will show y'all the new ones come here in a second. I think that's been sitting long enough. We're gonna go ahead and get these boogers off of here so I can get these off of the main line. What you're gonna do, take your combination, put it on there. You need a 1-inch combination wrench, SAE side, and just break them loose, like so. There's nothing wrong with either of these parts, with your glad hand extender or the glad hand itself. Let's go ahead and yank that off of there like that. All right, and we will repeat the process for this side. All right. Again, just break it loose like that. Undo your glad hand from the extender, throw it over there. Now for this part, I got to drop this little rubber garment down so I can get to the glad hand itself. Like that. Same thing for this one. Just drop it down like that. Now for this one, you may need to, I need a smaller wrench. So, go over to the toolbox and grab some wrenches. Probably a 19 millimeter. We'll see if that works. Nope, 20 or 21. 21. All right. It's not 20. See if it's 21. Maybe 22. While I'm over here, no, that's 1 inch. Grab the 22. See if the 22 fits. Yep, 22 fit. So for the airline part, you're going to need a 22 millimeter wrench, combination wrench. Put it on there like so. Grab your 1 inch. It don't matter what side at this point. And sort of try to break this thing loose. Come on. Like so. Then it should be easy to come off, like so. Take your glad hand extender off. Repeat the process for the blue line. Again, 22 millimeter on the line nut. And then the 1 inch on the glad hand itself. And just break it loose like so. Yank it off like that. And that's the parts that will go back on the new lines. I'm going to pause the video right quick and we'll be right back with you. Alright everybody, welcome back. I went ahead and took one of the lines off. It's the same process for both lines. I had to get this one out of the way, so I'll show you how to do this one right quick. Again, just take your 22 millimeter wrench, whatever wrench you need to take your lines off. Break it loose. Be careful you don't break the wrong one loose, because there is two of them back here. One goes directly into the truck and one stays on the line. You may not need it for the rest of the process. Just unbolt it. Alright. I'm ready to rip that stupid tag off my gloves. Now you go up here. Uncouple the lines from your springs, from your holders. Same thing for the other side. Now, make sure you don't get your glove jammed up in the damn carabine. These lines are ready to come off the truck.
Did you show them why you replaced them?
I told them.
You can show them now.
But later on, I'll show you why I replaced them.
It's right there. Red.
See that? Right here. It started showing into the rubber of the main line. That's why you have to replace them. DOT may give you a fine if they find that on your truck, because your airlines are not 100% safe.
Blue had it, so we just did them off.
So now she's going to bring the new lines over. All right, for your new lines,
Sometimes they come with this.
you know, sometimes they come with stuff you don't need on them. Go ahead and take these little covers off of it.
We don't like the rubber handles. This is what goes in the trailer, on the back of the truck.
All right. So,
That's what you need to do first.
yeah. We'll switch these around.
Oh.
All right, so just make sure you know what line went where. This side was my blue, and this side was my red, because there's no really good indications on the back of your cab to which way these lines go in. Go ahead and take your protection off. Look at that, caught it. Didn't even need a wrench to take that one off. Take those little end pieces off of your lines, like so. Gotta get the little white tape. Don't exactly know where it's at. We gotta find it. So I'm gonna pause the video right quick, and we'll be right back with you.
Good.
Get you a little bit of plumber's tape. Thread it on the lines. I guess the object of it is to go the opposite way you want to thread the lines.
So you don't undo it as you twist it on.
Yeah. So it's a tight spot back here, so you're gonna have to get very creative while I'm doing
Pause.
this. All right, everybody, welcome back. As you see, the wife had to get up there because she's got smaller hands than I do, and thread that plumber's tape on the threads. That is just to ensure that you got a halfway decent seal on it, so almost impossible for air to come out. So but it's a good idea to put that plumber's tape on these threads. We'll do the same thing for every other thread. She's already done the red line, now she's going to do the blue line. It may not be perfect because like I said, the area back here is a little tight for this kind of stuff. I'm sure there's other things we can put on threads like this too. There's liquid thread sealer you can put on it also.
Red stuff.
But we decided to go ahead and go with the plumber's tape. I mean, we already had it.
That's good. There it goes.
I ain't worried about it. We got buku rolls of that stuff. But now that we got the plumber's tape on there, I will go ahead and start putting the airlines on. She can stay up there. Let me get my little gloves on here.
Why that zoom in?
Alright folks, like I said, make sure you keep a good memory of which line goes where, because if you cross these lines it could be potentially dangerous.
Since the new lines are nothing but black, but they have indicators on the end of showing blue and red.
Now we did order these from the Chrome Shop Mafia place off in Joplin, Missouri. 4-state diesel, I guess, if you want to call it that. But just go ahead and make sure you got good contact with your thread. And put these on. Before you get this one started, it's a good idea to go ahead and take your wrench and give it some good turns. Don't over tighten it. Don't want to have a potential for cracking the housing on it or stripping that bolt out. Same process for the red side. Make sure you got good contact on it. But to keep DOT out of your hair, make sure you inspect your airlines and your electrical lines for that matter. It's all connected into one. Good idea to stay away from those plastic airlines. They are junk. You'll change them a lot more often than these rubber ones. Yes, the rubber ones are a little bit more costly, but they'll last you a lot longer. If this video is pretty much basically for owner operators.
If you want to save time and money and not wait 18 hours for a shop.
Yeah. And pay like $200 for them to do it.
Good.
All right. At this point in time, I don't have no dielectric grease with me. It's in the storage building, miles away. I should have kept it in the truck with me, but I didn't.
It was supposed to be for the truck.
Yeah. Go ahead and reconnect your electrical line if it'll go in.
Pause.
Alright, folks. If you did everything right, that's the way it's supposed to look. I was putting it in upside down. Mistakes can happen. Stuff happens. See that little black flap door right there on your airline? That part is supposed to fold up over the lip on the electrical line itself to go ahead and help it keep retention inside the hole. But that is the truck side of everything. So we're going to pause it again and we'll be right back with you.
Go.
Alright guys, these are the new airlines. Same thing you did with the other end, you got to do with this end, because I don't need this coupling on here. Basically, just 22 millimeter wrench. This coupling right here is bigger than 23, maybe 24, and I don't have that wrench. So I just use a pair of locking pliers. These are the Milwaukee locking pliers. They're really good. Just break it loose, like so. And take it off. You don't need this part. Take that one off.
Pick the lines back up.
Alright. I'll put that little blue part back on here just to help protect this.
Put blue on it now because before you take red off.
Same thing over here.
They're the same, they're not marked.
I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on. I can't put that back on. Pause it.
Yeah.
Alright guys. I couldn't leave that part on there, but since it's still factory, it still has the sealer on the threads already. Let's go ahead and put this back on, like so. I'm guessing.
Just move on to this one right now. You can tighten them later.
I'm guessing this does it like this. 1 inch SAE. 22 millimeter. And tighten it down as good as you can. If the wrench would agree with me. Okay. That's the blue side. I'll put the glad hand on it later. Alright. Now we're going to go ahead and disconnect the red one and do the same process. Put your locking pliers on the nut. Like so. 22 millimeter. And ow! Woo-hoo, don't do that. Break that part loose. Since we don't need this part, I'll just put that over there. I'm going to take this off. Make sure it's good and clean inside there. Not blow it out, or get yourself a pick or something and clean the threads out.
Battery terminal cleaner.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and bounce it against something. It'll get most of it out. But go ahead and thread that one back on. Glad hand extender. Repeat the process again. 1-inch wrench for the glad hand, and 22 millimeter for the hose side. I mean, you can use an adjustable wrench if you want, but I decided to use the Snap-on Flank Drive Plus wrenches for this process because it's got a better aggressive bite. Alright, now the next part, as you got these two on there, we already put the plumber's putty or plumber's tape on there. Go ahead and stick your glad hands back on here. Make sure you get the colors correct. Alright, that was the red one. Here's the blue one. Now for this part, you want to have a adjustable wrench. Don't matter the brand, you can use the brand you want to use. Alright. If the stupid thing would agree, I'll do the blue one. Put your adjustable wrench on this part right here. Not this part, not this part, not that part. Right here. And tighten it down. It's that easy. They are airlines. They are going to twist and turn. Just adjust them as you need them. Again, get it good and snug, but do not overdo it, because if you crack that housing, you got to buy a new one. That one's good and tight. Move over here to the red one. Same process. Work you can do yourself on your vehicle like this will help save you a lot of money in the long run, instead of me dropping wrenches.
Camera going out of whack. Sorry guys, I had to pick that up. Or gals.
Perfect. Alrighty. That is the tool part. We don't need any more tools right now.
You done?
Not yet.
Oh.
Not yet.
We're gonna go hang them.
Alright. Now, what you want to do, since we don't have a trailer attached to the truck, there's not much else we can do but hang that back on one of those. The new lines.
Pause, I gotta go grab something he's forgetting. You're good.
I don't know if I'm going to put these back on. We're going to try them without them for right now. But you can get these little gadgets right here from Iowa 80.
Those ones swivel.
And they move around, they swivel a bunch. So we're going to try them without them, just with this for right now. If we need them, we'll put them back on. But if I can get up here without breaking my neck, go ahead and find the shortest one and just simply reattach it like so. No easier than that.
We have some fine tuning and adjusting to do.
Yeah, like I said, we don't have a trailer with us right now, so we can't really do that at this point in time.
But you don't want them touching the
What
deck.
I can do is get this part all snugged up like so, and then that line right there will probably be done when we have a trailer reattached, because the most important part when you turn, that trailer swings and it drags the lines out with it. So if you don't want any of these parts coming off the trailer when you're making turns or backing in somewhere, you best have the trailer attached to you when you adjust this. So,
And not having the lines also rub the deck.
yeah, it could potentially be a DOT violation if any part of these lines are on that deck while it's attached to the trailer. But folks, let me climb back down. Tools you'll need. We're going to reiterate: plumber's tape or some kind of thread sealer, pair of locking pliers. Good idea to have those on standby. Extra clamps for the hoses when you reattach it to the trailer. A few combination wrenches, no matter, depending on the size you need. Not every airline is the same size. And adjustable wrench. Also, can of PV Blast. Don't use WD-40 when loosening bolts. It's WD-40. I don't use it anymore. Whenever I need to loosen bolts, this is what I use, PV Blast. It's probably $5 to $10 in any parts store. But that is ultimately what you need to have when you want to do this kind of work to your vehicle, like your semi. But that's all we got for this one. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And if there's a Liberty Bell down there on the right hand side or the left hand side, ring it. That'll keep you up to date on all of my videos, especially somewhat how-to videos. But until the next time, y'all keep those wheels spinning and your beavers grinning, and the Raging Cajun will catch you on the next one. Peace out.